Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to this yet another tutorial. And now, what I'll do, I'll start designing the clinic details screen over here. So let's get started. So in the previous tutorial, we have seen how to design the home screen. So now let's do one thing. Let's go to the this screen again. I will copy this. This is required. I'll go to the clinic details. I'll go to the top. I'll replace this. Basically, I will import. I'm importing this. This is required. And I'll come over here and from these routes, I will import the routes from navigation. Okay, so navigation is common. And in the previous tutorial, we have seen how to send the data from the home screen to over here. So now what I will do, I will destructure the data. So let me just show you what am I doing over here. So I'll say constant clinic is equal to route dot params. So what am I doing over here right now? Okay, in the last screen we have seen when anyone will click on the uh, clinic. Okay, so during this, when we are going to the clinic detail screen, I'm sending the data in the form with in the name of the clinic. Okay, so I have to catch this parameter in the clinic details. So that I am doing over here. I'm catching that parameter via route.params. So I'm passing that parameters over here. Okay, so I'm passing that parameter as a clinic. I'll come over here and flash that, destructure that parameter clinic over here with the help of the route.param. So now I can use all those details over here. So now let's get started. So now let me just do one thing. I'll copy this code because the same thing I will make use of over here as well. And scroll view. Okay, so now I'm inside of this clinic details where I'm seeing some featured image text, which is this one. Okay, so now let's do one thing. I'll come over here and create one view over here, and I'm having the image, and for this image we will give some source. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll copy it from here only. So we have made use of this image somewhere. I'll make it the same image, and then I'm having the text as a item name, and description we have. Okay, item dot item dot description. So item doesn't exist, so it's not item, it's clinic. So Apollo and this thing. Okay, so now we have to focus on the style part. So I'll copy this, paste this over here, and I'll say unique header. Yeah, this much is fine, I guess. So I'm having the container. So now what I'll do, I'll just go and start applying the style. So I'll let's grow one, and I'll give the padding with respect to width. Okay, so width multiplied by 0.05 I will give. Where is this error located? The flex grow. Okay, so now it will not throw the error. Next I'm having is the clinic header. So when it comes to the clinic header, align item center I will do, and I have the margin bottom. So I'll make use of the height component, height multiplied by 0.02. Okay, so this much is fine, I guess. After that, I have some other parameters which I have to take care of. So next I'm having is the title and title description. I will come down below and I'll start title, font size, but I will give the font size in terms of this thing with multiply by 0.06. Okay, so when it comes to using the width and the height, you can just do the trial and error. Okay, so it's not something big. Text align center I will do, and margin vertical I will apply some vertical margin. Height multiply by 0.01. Okay, so this much is fine, I guess. And then I'm having the title description, font size, blah blah things. Okay, so this much is fine. Now let's see what's the issue with the image. So I've already given the image over here. So now let's just see what to do with the image. I think this also looks fine. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's just go ahead with this style only of the image. If you want to give the border radius something extra like up and down, you can just do that. But I think this should work fine. Let's do one thing now. I think we're almost done with this thing. Let's show the services. So I'll come down below and I will give the section title, and over here I will just say services offered, like the whatever are the services which are offered by our particular clinic. So for that purpose, I'll make use of view again, and inside of this view I will render my clinic. Okay, so Clinic.services.map, and again it will have some style. I will just copy this service container I'm having, and clinic.services.map. So before mapping, I will check what is going wrong here. I'll remove this touchable opacity. I'll make use of, and inside of this touchable opacity, I'm having the text. I will give the services. So Apple is not having services, I guess. Yeah. So that's why I'm not getting services there. Okay. So but it's fine. So if you want, you can just select the services. So when it comes to touchable opacity, I can give the key I will give as a index, whatever is the render index over here. And next I'm having the style. So style, this is basically with styles dot styles dot service item. And then what I will do, if there is a selected service is there, then I will check whether it is exactly equal to the selected service, and if it is exactly equal, then I will apply the style of the selected service item as well. Okay, so this is the thing. And now let me just go and check few things. I'll go up here. Selected service I have declared. So now let's do one thing. So this is all about the style. So we have the on press over here. I will say toggle service. So toggle service is basically the function which I will write. So I will pass service to it. Okay, so whatever services I am mapping over here, I will pass that service to this toggle service. And let me just show you what is this toggle service is doing. So I'll go up and constant toggle service. So inside this toggle service, whatever is the service I am getting, so I will take that service and I will check. Okay, so if the selected service is exactly equal to service, then set selected service is equal to null, and else set selected service as service. Okay, so this is with respect to the services. And so guys, I'll do one thing. So right now, this is the dummy Mongo which I have created. But the thing is that I have one more collection as an app in which there are like proper details, like whatever details we want to like show it is having all these details. Okay, so collection name is F in my local. So what I'll do, instead of appointment, I will just give the name of the database as a app. Okay, so I'll try to render the data from that DB because I'm not seeing any proper details. So, and I will just reload. I will restart my backend as well because now I'll be fetching the details from the that database because I want to show you all exactly how to render the services because this clinic detail screen is a bit complicated, and if the data is not proper, then you will not see anything. So this is that another DB and services offered, and it is even having the services. Let me just check on. Okay, Clinic 2 is having the three services. I'll go back. Okay, so it is having the services also, and it is rendering the services as well. Okay, so now I'll do one thing. I'll start applying the styles for all these things. So let me just the service text and whatever is the style over here, like the section title, service container. I have to just so now what I'll do, I'll just start applying the style. So first is my service container, and it will have some margin bottom. I'll give the height multiply by 0.02 over here, and then what else? Service container is there, and the service item selected services. Okay, so I'll go down below. I'll say selected item, and in the selected item, I will give the background color, whatever item I'm selecting for that purpose, and service item I'm having. Okay, so when it comes to service item, these are the service items. Okay, so whatever are the services provided by the particular clinic, like whatever they can provide the services like the teeth cleaning or skin care, whatever that is, you can just give the services from the admin panel. Okay, so as can be seen, okay, add selected services is not function. So when I click on it, add selected services, selected service is not a function. Selected service is not a function. Where is the error? When I click on the services, I will go down below and write the style for this as well. Whenever an item is selected, background color has to be changed to light blue. So whenever I click on this on press, okay, wait, let's just apply for this service text as well. So I'm getting all the selected services over here. I have to check for this function toggle service. Format document. What is going wrong? Okay, so error was over here. So I have to give this function set selected service. Okay, so now I guess this error won't come. Okay, so now it's gone. So it was just one line of error which I have done, and now it's gone. So this much is fine, I guess. Now let's go down below and see what's the issue. Mm, section section title. I have not provided a style to this, I guess. So section title, basically it will be this much is fine, I guess. And now let's do one thing. We will try to render the doctors. So whenever you select any service, you also get the opportunity to select the doctor as well. Okay. So I'll do one thing. I will come down below, and I will say selected service. I mean, if you have selected any service, then only this section will be visible. Okay. Otherwise, this section of the doctors won't be visible to you all. So let's do one thing. I'll give the text, and I will say select doctor. So if you're not selecting the any service, you won't see this section. Okay, so now it's in the same. You are seeing the select doctor section over here. So why the screen is not scrollable? I have to check. So container, yeah, I'm giving the container. Let's grow. I think I missed something somewhere. The screen is not getting scrolled. So this is my content container style. Let's see. Okay, so now it is scrollable. You have to just put the content container style over here and it will start scrolling. So now I have to just show the list of the doctors. So I will give the view over here and I will copy this and I will paste it down below and I will say doctor container and I have to just list down all the doctors over here which are present. Okay, so for that purpose, I'll do one thing. I will just go to the top and I'll say constant services, not services. constant doctors, then set doctors, and use state. I'll basically give this null, or it will be the list of the array. Okay, so I will give the list of the array over here. Some double equal to sign is coming. Okay, so fine. So now what I will do, I will go to my this API fetch. I'll get the doctors. So this much is fine. I'll come down below. I'll say use effect, and instead of saying get clinic, I will say get doctors, and then I have to set this doctor's data and suggest a response. Okay, so it's just a response which I will get, and then I have to make use of this doctors variable to render all the doctors which I have. So I will come down below, and I will just render all the doctors. I'll say doctors, doctors.map. Let me see whether I'm getting doctors or not. Some error came up. Can't. Where is the include function over here? Okay, so now what I'm doing, I will just render all the doctors over here. So for that purpose, I will come down below and just show the doctor's name and doctor's image. This much of code is enough. I'll select it. Okay, so now I'm getting the name of the doctors, the doctor 1, doctor 2. Now I have to work on the showing the other details. So now what I will do, I have this touchable opacity as well. So inside touchable opacity, I will give the style. So style will be a little bit different over here because first of all, I will give the style dot item. Okay, so it will have some styles dot item, and then I will say selected doctor. If doctor has been selected is exactly equal to current doctor. So the current doctor of this mapping function. Then what I will do, I will say styles dot selected item. Okay, so these are the two different styles I will apply, and when I will click on this, I will go to the appointments. I can just send this current doctor details as a selected doctor. I can do this selected doctor is selected doctor is there, and set selected doctor. Okay, so let's do one thing now. Let's just go down below and start applying the styles. Uh, Item text is there, then image Okay, so here we are getting the details of the doctors over here. So these are these two doctors present. Uh, and what else is needed over here? I think almost everything is done. So then we will have the yet another button over here. So this button is basically to book the appointment. So I'll say book appointment, and on press it will call some function, and I have to check whether it's disabled or not. So I have the selected services, and so basically I will disable this function where either of these conditions is false. Okay, so or not selected. If the user has not selected the doctor or user has not selected services, this button won't work. And handle appointment click. I will make use of this function over here. And I will have the if condition over here. So I'll say if selected service and selected doc selected doctor. If both these conditions are true, then I will go to the this thing navigation dot navigate to the appointments this thing screen. Okay, so let me just format the document. And these are the parameters which I will pass, which is unique selected service and selected doctor, and else alert dot alert. I will give the error message, and I will say please select both service and doctor over here. Okay, and now I have to just go down below and apply the styling for these doctors. Uh, Width and height. Okay, so 2525 is enough, I guess. Okay, and section title doctor container. Flex direction row, flex wrap, and justify content center. Justify content. And give the space around. Okay, so now you can select doctor. Okay, so it is going to the appointment screen as soon as I'm selecting the doctor. Okay, so here is the glitch. So when I am selecting the doctor, I have to say select doctor, and I have to pass on this particular parameter. And now I'll do one thing. I'll go up and declare this function constant select doctor. That selected doctor as doc. Identify selected doctor is already defined. Where it is defined? Okay, you can just give whatever name you want to. It should just match. That's the only thing. And why this background is coming as selected item. So I think I've done some mistake in selected item. Light blue. Okay, whatever that is. Where is the button? Why I'm not seeing this button over here? Okay, guys, I figured out. So this button is getting imported from the React Native paper. So that's why I guess it was not coming. Let me just. Okay, so book the appointment, and then we'll go to the appointment screen. Okay, so this is how these things will work. Let me just uncheck this. I will come to this screen. I'll select the this and I select the doctor. And once I'm done selecting service and doctor, then I'll be able to go to the book appointment. So this is done now. Let's do one thing. Now let's just come to the appointment screen and start designing this appointment screen. Okay. So where was I? I think this much. Scroll view. Okay. I'll come up here and I will copy this much of data because this is common in all the screens. So I will just copy them directly anyways. And clinic is not defined. Okay, never mind. So right now, uh, I'll just comment out this particular part. I'll comment on this particular path and I will just say hello or something. And this is my appointment screen. So if I keep on refreshing it again and again, it will just keep on getting messier. Okay, so I will basically have the three text over here. So which will basically show me my details which I've selected in the previous screen. First will be like clinic name, and second will be the selected services. Uh, Services is basically selected services, and over here I'm having doctor, which is basically the selected doctor which I'm sending over here. Okay, so selected doctor dot name, whatever is I have, whatever I've passed. Okay, so basically, when I'm passing the data from the previous screen, I will catch the data from the route dot navigation. Okay, and I will destructure all the data uh, like this route dot forums, and I will catch everything like clinic, selected service, selected doctor, and now I will have all the details present over here. Selected service. Okay, so now I'm getting all these details. So now what I will do, I will implement my further part. I won't be, I mean, this screen is getting refreshed again and again. So it's very annoying. And now I'm having the container over here. So I'll say let's grow as one. I will have the padding and I will use the padding as a width multiplied by 0.0.05 and background color, and I have the mean height as a height option over here. So I think this much is fine. Okay, so this is my container. This is view. I will give the style as a text over here. It is not that required. Okay, so next we have the text input. So styles plot input I will take, and after that it will have the placeholder over here, and it will say enter your name. So basically, you will over here you will pass your name. Okay, so and the value it will take as name over here, which I will define on the top, and it has the on change text. So on change function, how we have in this thing React the very same way we're having the on change text over here, and this is done. So now what I'll do, I will declare some of the variables over here which we will be in need of. So first of all, will be name, comma, set name. Okay, I will make your use state over here. This will be empty, and then I will have one more for phone number, and then I will have one more for date, and set date, use state effect, and so basically the by default it will be like the current date, and then I'm having mode and set mode. Okay, so use state again, it will be form of a date, and then I'm having the show, set show. So basically I'm just giving it as a false. Then I'm having constant date selected, and set date selected over here, constant select selected time slot, and set selected time slot. Okay, so these are some of the variables which I have declared, and when it comes to the appointment, we will give we also give the option to select the time slot. Okay, so I will say time slots, and inside of this time slot I will give the time slots which time they want to book appointment, okay, this many time slots will be enough, I guess. So now I'll go down below, and again I'll start with my code. So let me just format the document. So this was the input for entering the name, and then I'll do one thing. I'll copy this, and again over here enter your phone number, I'll say, and here value will be phone number, and set phone number. On text change I will give the option, and keyboard type. So keyboard type I will give as a phone pad. So this is there. On press, basically this is the button to select the date. So I'll basically make use of the date picker over here. So I will say show date picker, and I will say select date, and now I'll go to the top, and as you said, show is equal to true, and I'll set the mode as a current mode over here. So this is my view. So I'll come down below, and I will check that the show is true. If the condition is true, and I will show some piece of code, and that is basically the date time picker. So for showing the date time picker, I will make use of the time date time picker over here, and date time picker Android got imported, I guess, somewhere. So I don't want this, so I will import a date time picker from the import date time picker from. I've already installed that package, so I will directly copy that only. So I will be making use of the date time picker from this package. So yeah, so I will show the date time picker to select the date. So it will have the test ID, and it will say date time picker, and value basically it will have is a date, and mode it will be taking as a mode, and is 24 hours. Okay, so if you want to show it in a 24 hours format, then you have to give the parameter as a true over here, and display default, and on change it is having. So I'll just give the on change only. And now let me just go up and write what is this on change. So this on change event, basically it will take the event and selected date. Okay, so I'll say constant current date is equal to selected date or the date as of now. So this date will come from this new date, which is basically the current exact movement date. And after that, I'll say set this show to false and set the current date set date as a current date and set date selected. So I will check for the mode. So if the mode is exactly equal to date, I have to check for this parameter, then only it will be true. Okay. So this mode which I'm selecting. So basically when I want to show the date time picker, then only I will set this mode to the true or whatever that is. So now my date time picker is ready, which will be helping me to pick up the date. Okay. So after that, I have another parameter over here, date selected, and in this date selected, I will basically will be choosing the time slots. So for that purpose, I will cut this, paste this over here, and let me just format the document. And I will say select time slots. Okay, so this will basically help me to select the time slots for my appointment. Okay, so my metro is not running right now. Hmm, time slot container, and it will show me the time slots. Touchable opacity, it is having the set selected time slot as whatever is the time slot. And so when it comes to the styles, I will give these style slots time slot, and I will check whether the selected time slot is exactly equal to current slot, and if it is equal to current slot. Okay, so over here, what we are doing is, so basically, this will apply the two styles. Okay, so this style dot time slot will be by default, and if this condition is true, then it will apply this particular style as well. Okay, you can use the ternary operator also as well inside of this. I will say styles dot selected slot over here. Okay, you can do this way also. I will save this, and my metro server is stopped. Let me just restart it. Okay, so it has restarted. I will select service what I want. I will select the doctor. I'll book appointment, and it is asking me to enter the name and the phone number. Let me check if there are any other fields. I'm not able to see the date time picker over here. Okay, so here is my date time picker. I'll select some date. Cannot cannot read the property of the dismiss. Let me just check what is this. Dismiss. There is nothing like dismiss over here. It is with respect to the time slots. No, it's not time slots. It is with respect to the date time picker. So I have to check what is the issue with this date time picker. It's the true default on change. Selected date is equal to date set show is equal to false and set date is equal to current date. If the mode is equal to date, set selected is equal to true. Okay, so this condition seems to be correct. And let me just reload again and check. Okay, guys, so I figured out the issue. So when I'm clicking on this button uh, to select the date, so that time I have to change this set mode to date. Okay, so just forget about this current and okay, so now that error won't come, I guess. Okay, property slots doesn't exist. I have to check what is the slots. Slot, okay, here. So when it comes to the selecting the slot, I think I have done some mistake here. Time slot is equal to time slot, and okay, so now I'm getting the time slots also for the selected date, and from this time slot, I have to select one particular time slot so that I can book a slot. Okay, so for that purpose, I'll do one thing. I will come over here and then I will say selected date, and now I'll show the selected date. So whatever is the date which we have selected will be in this particular variable. Then I have to convert it into date string. So this is the first text which I will show. After that, I am having the selected time, and I will show the selected time slot, whichever time slot user has selected. And beside that, I'm having the view. Okay. So inside of this view, I will have the button, and button title over here will be confirmed appointment, and on press I'm not going anywhere. I'll just call one function over here. So I will say handle confirmed appointment, and I'll just call this directly, and let me just do one thing. I'll go to this handle confirmed appointment function and I'll create it by the way. So handle confirmed appointment. So it's I have to check if the name is not there or phone number. I have to check all parameters, or date selected or selected time slot. Then I will give please select your name and phone number and time slot and date, whatever that is. Just give the parameters which you want to pass, and then I will return. Okay, so this much is fine, I guess. So selected time slot, selected time slot, selected time slot. Now I have to apply the stylings. So let's just go and focus on the styling part of all these parameters. So now I'm having all this text. So I will come here and I will say text. I will give the font size as 18, font weight. I will give apply stylings on the 0.04 as a font size. Font weight is enough. I will give the margin bottom, and margin bottom I will give with respect to the height. I will give the height multiply by 0.01, and then color I will give. Okay, so it is becoming bold because of this font weight. I don't want to make it bold. This much is fine, I guess. After that, I will have the input. My input sections will be there. So style.input. And let's go and design this input fields. I'll give some height based on the height multiply by 0.05. This much of height will be enough, I guess. And border color it will have. After that, border width as one, margin bottom also I will give. What else I have left? Padding horizontal. So whatever is the extra things which you want to keep, you can give over here. So time slots. So let's just go for the time slots. Select the time slot. Title I have given. Then the time slot container is there. Then this slot text is here. What else have I missed? I think everything is fine. So I'll go down and now let's just start applying the styles through these time slots. Time slot container, flex direction row, flex wrap margin, margin bottom is there. So height multiplier 0.02 I will give. And yeah, so these are my time slots. So after that, I'm having the individual slot, and when it comes to the individual slot, padding vertical I will give as 0.02, and we'll have the padding horizontal as well. Let's see. And margin, I'll give a little bit of margin with respect to width multiply by 0.01. Border width I will give as 1 over here, and align items center. I want to align all the items at the center of the time slot. What else have I missed? Background color. Background color giving border radius, align item center, background color I will give as FF. Then I have to apply for the selected slot. Also for selected slot background color, I will give a 007 BFF. Border color I will give border color 007 BFF same. And I'm having the slot text. So slot text I will give the font size. I will give the font size based on the width parameter over here, multiply by 0.04. Okay, so you can just adjust the parameters over here of the multiplication. So there is no fixed way, like the Windows multiply 0.0102. You can just adjust the parameters up and down, and you can check what is suitable for you all. So selected slot background color 000. I'll give it a gray color, and I'll give the border radius as 10, and little bit of padding I will give of 4. No, this padding is not required, I guess. It will be better if I'm removing this padding, because this padding is literally killing thing over here. So border radius, I think 2 is enough. Okay, so these are the selected time slots. Selected time slots, selected time slots. Time slot is here. Okay, so now I think it is looking better. So I will do one thing. I'll remove this. So while selecting the time slots, I think some issue is there. So let me just book an appointment. What is the issue with the confirmed appointment? If the name, phone number, selected date, or selected time slot is not there, it will just kill this message. Okay, fine. And then what I will do, I will say constant constant appointment data. So I will now create the appointment data like the name, selected date, or whatever that is time slot that has been selected by the user or selected services. I will create data of all, like whatever the selected services has been selected or whatever that is. I will create the data. Then I will create one try and catch block over here and console log the error if there is any error. And before that, I will do one thing. I will call the book appointment, and inside this book appointment is basically the function which we wrote over here inside of the APIs. Okay, so I'll pass all this data, and I'm using await, so I have to use the async over here, and I will give the alert. I will say appointment confirmed for, and then I will give the name of the user with doctor, selected doctor dot name. After that, at time, at what time it has been selected. Okay, so at clinic dot name I will give for selected service. So whatever is the service you have selected, you have to give that over here. And then I will say on this specific day, date dot to day string. So on this specific day, the appointment is scheduled at time slot. Then I will give the time slot. Okay, selected time slot, and this much is enough. So it will give you the message. Okay, so our appointment has been confirmed, and these are the details. And if you go to the appointment section, you will see all those appointments over here. Okay, you just have to refresh. And yeah, so here is the extra entry over here. So this is how you can schedule your appointments with this appointment booking system. And I hope you guys liked it. So thanks just for watching, and do check out the other tutorials also in which I've shown how to create apps. So keep watching and do let me know in the comment section how you like these tutorials. Okay, so thanks for watching.